Hi, I'm Niccolò and I'm 70 years old. I live in the region of Friuli in the northeast of Italy and I'm a student of viticulture and enology in an agricultural high school. I chose this school because my family owns a winery, so since I was a child I grew up in the middle of vineyards and grapes. Our winery is a small winery of 5 hectares that produces quality DOC wines from the DOC region of Friuli Orientale. The most important wine that our winery produces is the Refosco di Faedis, that is a red aged wine that whose grapes come from the historical vineyard of 125 years old that our family owns. Here we are in the historical vineyard. The historical vineyard was planted at the end of the 19th century and it represents a museum, a living museum of the wine. It shows us how the old wine growers cultivated and grew up the vines 130 years ago. It is a plain vineyard. The training method is doppio cappuccino and the shoots are tied with the wickers. This is an old technique that is still used today. It's also used the old system of multiplication by propaginatura. A shoot is put under the soil without detaching it from the plant, so it can grow new shoots. This technique was done because there was poverty and this technique doesn't need a new vine. The vines of the historical vineyard have a lot of contortions. This because the old wine growers respected the vine and followed it up during the growth. Rather than do cuts, they twisted it in order to don't do big cuts. In the past, the vineyards were used for the growth of more crops. At the start and the end of the rows, there are mulberry trees that were used for the silkworm breeding. The rows are 4 meters distant from each other because between they there was cultivated the grass for the animals' supply. The historical vineyard is also interesting for its genetics. There are at least 30 varieties of vines from all Europe. This because the old immigrants of the place, when they returned home, brought a type of vine from where they came from. Nowadays, with the grapes of the historical vineyard, is produced the Refosco di Faedis. It is a tannic red wine. It can be stored in stainless steel tanks for 1 year and then bottled with the white label, or it can be aged for 3 years in oak barrels that give extra aromas to the wine and then bottled with the black label.